between two young stars of the sport who have kind of made that progression from boys to men. As Luke Humphries takes on the machine gun Jermaine Wattimena. Now, this pair have met on several occasions in a particularly high-profile match at the Ali Pali last year, and it was an absolutely joyous occasion to watch. It will be fast, it will be furious. Who will come out on top? Well, we're about to find out. We won't have much time for analysis and all that kind of thing, but Paul Nicholson's here anyway.
Thanks for your help, Murph. You said it was boys to men. Well, they won't want it to be the end of the road.
Nicely done.
Good start from Humph. Well, this is the kind of game that gets people's attention when it is put on the fixture sheet. They will rattle through 6 to 11 legs faster than probably any twosome in World Darts, with the exception of maybe Martijn Kleermaker.
99.
Humphries got the better of a very, very impressive in 2020 Devon Peterson yesterday. Devon averaging over 100, but it wasn't enough to get any more than 3 legs against Luke Humphries. Where's he going? Tops, tops. No need for this, but he's done it anyway.
He did it yesterday on 140. He's done it again.
Well,
oh, he's in the mood. It's our Jermaine.
That's the Wattimena way, it seems. What a start.
Say what you like about fast players, but they are just great to watch sometimes.
93.
Well, one advantage, or one way of making an advantage if you're such a fast player, is to throw more darts at the same target. That's why many of them are big 180 hitters. So he's found a way to finish with a couple of darts in the same target, and maybe he's going to do it at every available opportunity.
And what you find with fast players is they eliminate thought. So they go up, they know what they've got to do, and they do it. They don't spend time overthinking certain matters.
140.
And I've had the opportunity to play Luke Humphries before, and at the end of it I was dizzy. He's not noted as the fastest player in the world, but when you're playing him, you just get the feeling, my word, he's quick and good.
41.
No worse feeling than being out of a tournament at about 12 minutes past 12 when it started 12 minutes earlier. And that's exactly what Luke did to me. I was walking back to my hotel in Barnsley at 12:30.
Double top, double 10. Oh, that could be tricky. Has to stop his rhythm there, but he's bashed it in off the barrel.
Good shot, that. Because the darts do kink ever so slightly to the left, and that was a predominantly blocked bed.
Well, I'll finish my thoughts. The one I started 2 legs ago was saying that 101 average wasn't enough for Devon Peterson to get more than 3 legs against Humphries. Well, 102 average wasn't enough for Steve Lennon to get more than 1 leg against Jermaine Wattimena.
140.
They're just laying the groundwork at the minute for potentially a very dramatic finish, because that's exactly what we got at Ali Pali last year.
190.
Yeah, it was superb. The full 5 sets. Humphries coming out on top on that occasion. 180s exchanged in this one.
I hope George Noble has brought his throat lozenges for this one. He's going to need one after this.
Yeah, we could start the match hearing the dulcet tones of George Noble and end up hearing Russ Bray.
Double 16.
49.
He's not only going to keep us on our toes and George, but the cameramen as well. Stay there. Double 5. Oh, that's close. Great effort.
A simple double 16. Simply done.
Make no mistake as well, yes, they're both fast, but they're both comfortable with their opponent being fast as well.
Yeah, it will certainly be a help, and it will amount to ridiculous levels of performance from this pair. And we're seeing that already.
40.
Well, it has to be said, this is probably one of the most attractive games in World Darts. When they're both playing well and confidently, there may not be a better game. Obviously, when Anderson and MVG go at it in full throttle mode, It's glorious to watch, but for the purists, for the hipsters who come to stage 2, this is what you get.
Well, they're both averaging towards 110 after 3.5 legs.
81.
Not seen anybody produce that kind of standard for a full match this weekend. Where does he go? He stays there. We can't find the double 10. He will be back for double 5.
It was the right thing to do, but he didn't want to find himself on double 5. And look what Wattamena's left, just in case. I mentioned he hit that on 2 double tops yesterday, so he'll fancy it if he's given a shot. 2 double 4. Back to double 2, and he is given the chance, to the disgust of Cool Hand.
He wanted to see it 60, 40, 40. In the end, he leaves the double top in the hope that Humphries doesn't hit the double 2. But he has, and it is 2-2.
Is Luke Humphries the only player that you know of that throws an odd point? Because he's got 1 point in there that he can't get out, right?
Got another one. Very high profile name. Fallon Sherrock. 3 different point lengths.
Interesting.
100.
Yeah, I've seen the set of darts, asked her about it. She just always has done.
Bit like Peter Manley's fish weights from back in the 90s. They weren't even darts. They were just crafted as darts and put points in them.
And Humphries is, well, I suppose it's both by accident, but both of them reluctant to change because they've experienced a level of success.
Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And don't forget, of course, that it was around 12 months ago that Luke Humphries got his hands on a rather important trophy, which will be handed to somebody else in the coming 48 hours. It will be Joe Davis or Bradley Brooks, and they will go at it tomorrow night for the World Youth Championship crown.
That match happening here in Coventry. Wattimena looks at double top. Now double 10. Just think in this tournament, or what we've seen of him so far, he has been a little bit more composed on those finishes where he's had to move around the board than he was at times in the Grand Slam. It's taken a millisecond longer, but for him that's a big difference.
Well, the Grand Slam was a bit of a whirlwind for Wattimena because he wasn't in it until about 48 hours before it started. So he didn't have that time to prepare for it that other people had. But he's known he's been in this tournament for quite some time. He ranked at number 15 out of the 64 entrants. That's a strong showing considering he has yet to win a PDC ranked event.
I was very impressed with him at the Winter Series. Got into the final on the first day to get into that provisional Grand Slam spot and then just held that place the entire time. Very difficult to do when you've got a big target on your back.
Yeah, he had how many chasers on the last day? 4 or 5, if not more. Well, that is chasing perfection from Humphries, who will look to equalise again. This one looks like it's going super deep, and I don't want it to stop. I can't take my eyes off this game. In she goes. It's level after 6. What's going to be happening after 10, you might ask?
Well, that was his 4th 180 of this match, Luke Humphries. He's just going blow for blow.
I do wonder, you know, we saw the setup of Ryan Murray in the last game. I wonder if he's ever tried Luke Humphries' stems. The longest stems in the world used by anybody who has a tour card. If you know of anybody who uses a longer stem than Luke Humphries, please let me know, because those things are about the size of the inside leg measurement of Roland Shelton.
140.
He doesn't have to walk all the way down the hockey to retrieve the darts. Remind me, I won't do it in this match because there's very little point trying to have a discussion during this one, but remind me to ask you about some of the equipment questions and what different parts of the dart do. The darts are doing the damage for Luke Humphries.
This is a big leg. Double 16. And Wattimena is up to it after the maximum of Humphries. This is brilliant, this match. Serving up a treat.
5 maxis for Luke Humphries, but just shrugged off by Jermaine Wattimena, who adds that 82 checkout to the brilliant, audacious 1-3-4 attempt in the first leg that really set the tone for this match.
Luke Humphries has been chasing Wattimena the whole match, and he put himself into a very decent position at the end of that last leg, but was closed out brilliantly.
You know, I just get the sense that they are really enjoying this just as much as we are, just as much as I'm sure you are at home.
Well, of course, it is Players' Championship events that got them to this spot, and I remember a game that Humphries was involved in with Rob Cross at the Autumn Series. He was 5-0 down, brought it back to 5-5 and lost 6-5, and I said at the time he would have felt better if he'd have lost 6-0. It's a strange season for Luke, but he was involved in some of the most character-filled games that we saw all season. This now is a must-hit. And it is a hit. Oh, yes, this game. This game!
Brilliant stuff from the pair of them. Luke Humphries, probably, and I'm going to say this without even scouring through the stats, probably has been involved in more 6-5 matches over the last couple of years than any other player on tour.
I'd have to agree. He's been on the end of a lot of defeats.
Yeah, he does lose a lot of them, but we have seen a few turn in his favour in recent times. Will this one turn in his favour? Because it does need to turn for Luke Humphries.
There are certain games that you watch and commentate on that bring you to laughter. This is so good, it's laughable. It's making me giggle, it's making Murph giggle, it's making George Noble cry because he's going to have no voice at the end of it.
Well, he who laughs last laughs loudest. Which one will it be?
Oh, how big would a 180 be here? It's still a good leave of a 2-dart, and Wattimena has been asked the question again. Is he up to it? He's not on this occasion, and this is the chance that Humphries has waited for.
Is this the tide turner? Double 18, great guide. In it goes, and that has just turned this match in the favour of Cool Hand Luke, who, if he keeps a cool head, will book his place in the last 16.
Well, Humphries is leading by a nose going into the final furlong. Can he be caught at the sprint finish? But you have to say, that classy 96 out and the 140 start in leg 10, he's in a fine place right now.
He debuted in this event last year. As you said, Paul had other things on his mind that weekend, but he was beaten in the opening round, certainly making a better fist of it this time around. And if he does win this match, would take on either Jamie Hughes, who's not been in the best form this year, or Gerwyn Price, who has been in the best form this year, but admitted yesterday that he's struggling for a little bit of motivation.
This is turning into probably the best performance of Luke Humphries this format in his career, in a best of 11?
Possibly. Is he going to finish it now? He does finish it now. What a win, what a match, and what a performance from Luke Humphries. Absolutely brilliant, spellbinding darts from the pair of them. Humphries wins it 6-4 with a 104 checkout to seal the deal, and the average, well, that was sky high as well. Luke Humphries 107 and a bit more on top as well, as he books his place in the third round, the last 16 of the Players' Championship finals for the first time. And Cool Hand, well, he was just too hot to handle. He goes through to take on either the Iceman Gerwyn Price or Jamie Hughes. Excellent performance, excellent match, and 2 more to come here on stage 2. Stay tuned as Wayne Jones takes on Jeffrey Desvine next.